Welcome back, guys. So you asked me to book Jinder Mahal's WWE Championship run. I'm actually going to do it slightly differently. I'm going to book up to his WWE Championship run. Now, I've just got some random scribble notes on here. So, because I obviously needed to have some kind of rough timeline. So the problem with Jinder Mahal's WWE Championship run is he was a jobber and the very next day he was champion. There was no build. I do believe if you build Jinder Mahal in the way I'm going to build him, then he would make a credible champion. So we start at Mania, and let's keep the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal exactly the same. Let's keep Kronk's interference. Let's keep Mojo Rawley winning. Let's keep Jinder being in second place, because that's already a strong enough start for him. Now, he doesn't just go straight after that and win the championship, because I think it was like 2 weeks later we won the championship. No, we're first going to build him up. So now he starts feuding with the upper mid card, so United States champion. At Payback, he faces Dolph Ziggler, and he puts on a massive show, and he actually beats Dolph Ziggler. He does. It's not like a convincing win, but he still manages to get a win over Dolph Ziggler. At Backlash, he goes up against Kevin Owens. I'm obviously just going to book the SmackDown pay-per-views. And in between, the SmackDowns in between, just know he's feuding with KO, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, those kinds of guys. All the United States Championship scene guys. At Payback, he wins the United States Championship against Kevin Owens. He gets booed, and his whole gimmick is that he's just trying to be Indian Canadian living in America, and he's just trying to avoid the stereotypes. He's just trying to avoid when he goes into a 7-Eleven, kids calling him Apu. When he goes to a shop, people asking him where's the slushy machine. He's just trying to avoid those stereotypes. So he's almost like trying to be a sympathetic heel, but he's not. He's getting nuclear boos, but the right kind of boos. Next is the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Now he's already the US champion, and he takes Dolph's spot. There could be a qualifying match, him and Dolph. He beats Dolph again. He doesn't win, but he comes close to winning. He's a couple of times right up the ladder, and he's got a couple of times his hands on the briefcase, and he's very close to winning, but he just doesn't quite get the job done. Next pay-per-view is Battleground, and he beats AJ Styles. This could be, I don't think he should beat AJ Styles clean here yet. I think this could be with some kind of shenanigans. I don't think he needs the Bollywood boys. I think he can do this on his own. Whatever shenanigans he wants to pull, he can do it on his own. Now he's feuding, of course, with AJ Styles. He's feuding with Dolph Ziggler. He's cutting some promos because he's actually a good talker. Next pay-per-view is SummerSlam, and we've got a fatal four-way: AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, KO, and Jinder. And Jinder ends up pinning AJ Styles, and he retains. Next pay-per-view, I've got Survivor Series. I've got him at Hell in a Cell retaining against one of these guys. It could again be through shenanigans, but his matches are... The reason why I've got him against AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, and KO is because they are going to get good matches out of Jinder. It's not going to be punch, coloss, body slam, pin. They're going to get solid matches because those are three of the best workers that WWE had at this time. At Hell in a Cell, he retains against one of them. It doesn't really matter. He's just feuding with kind of all of them. Then at Survivor Series, it's still the champion versus champion, and it's him versus Miz, and he beats Miz. Again, it's going to be a solid match. Now at the showcase in India, he doesn't face Triple H. They can have an exhibition, doesn't have to be a championship match, him versus AJ Styles, and he's obviously going to get the win because it's in India. Next, finally, at Clash of Champions, he loses the championship against Kevin Owens, and then Kevin Owens can go on to feud against Chris Jericho, something along those lines. Doesn't really matter, he's out of the United States picture now. Clash of Champions, he loses. At the Royal Rumble, now he kind of doesn't have a distinct feud. But at the Royal Rumble, he makes the final four, possibly even the final two. He doesn't win, but he's really close. He keeps getting this close to a world championship shot, but he's just not quite there. And then this is where his moment comes. Now we're at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now, very important, the winner of the Greatest Royal Rumble, I think there should have been some kind of stake to it. Not just a trophy and a belt that never made it on TV. There should have been some kind of stake. Now, my stake, the Royal Rumble, the champion goes on to Mania. What about the greatest Royal Rumble? The champion goes on, or the winner goes on to face a champion of their choosing at SummerSlam. Now, through all of this, AJ Styles has gone on to become the world champion on SmackDown. Jinder goes on, because what happened with Braun after that? Nothing. So I can take that win away from Braun. It's not going to hurt Braun in the slightest. He goes on to win the greatest Royal Rumble. He comes in at quite an early spot and he runs the gauntlet and he makes it through and he wins. And then he goes on to SummerSlam to win the championship of AJ Styles. Now, does he have to keep it for a long time? Not at all. He can drop it probably at Royal Rumble or the next Mania. I wouldn't have him keep it for a very long time. Maximum 3 to 6 months. That's it. But now we've got a credible heel champion. He's not the jobber that became champion overnight. We've got a credible guy. I mean, he's beaten AJ Styles, he's beaten Dolph Ziggler, he's beaten KO, he's won the greatest Royal Rumble, he almost won Money in the Bank, he's beaten Miz, and he came within minutes of winning a Royal Rumble. So I think we've built up a credible main event heel, and I do think his championship run would be slightly more credible. What do you guys think of my idea of how to book Jinder Mahal's WWE championship? I didn't book the run, that's irrelevant. I wanted him to get to become a credible champion. What do you guys think? Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.